Your final season was one heck of a ride, but it didn't start off like you expected, did it?
I knew my time in the NFL was closing, so I wanted to pass the torch and my knowledge to the next generation. After our slow start, I'd been around long enough to know that I would have to answer to the media and my critics. Navigating that press conference was tougher than picking up a full-on blitz, but I got it done. Afterwards, I was surprised to get a text from Coach Vaitai.
Tonight, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Detroit Lions. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
It's a pickup of 3.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now Minshew. That will be incomplete.
Minshew's pass. Intended.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This will be fielded at the 17. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
27 on the play.
So, Charles, here we are heading towards midseason. It has not been the greatest of starts for this quarterback. He's had so much success in his career, but many on social media, the morning talk shows, wondering if he's lost his fastball, so to speak. What have you seen?
Well, a good bit of what you were just talking about there. And let's face it, the debate has been on for a little while now with this morning talk shows, all the TV shows, in the newspapers, you name it. Bottom line is, he is not the same player that we've seen in the past. We know he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I'm just wondering if it's running through his mind right now, if he's trying to decide, is this my last year or not? And if so...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown.
Jalen Reagor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Here are the Eagles now as they're going to go for 2. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Oh, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And that's complete to Sanders. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Minshew sets to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Taken in at the 22. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And now
he's got it at the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't. Sanders has it poked free. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot.
Now Minshew has it knocked out from there. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Reagor with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing, and that team can't get the ball over half court. Coming in, stealing it, and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
I think they're going to have to make some decisions here. That's the second fumble here in the first quarter. And what I mean by that is, do you have the confidence to stay with him? Or are you going to have to make a change and maybe go to someone else?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Jeff Okudah. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
To 2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun is Minshew. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It'll be Minshew again. Looking mid, it's incomplete.
Minshew's pass.
2nd and 10.
Intended for N'Keal Harry. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Xavier McKinney on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. But boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
It's a big play there for the Eagles. 41 yards.
41-yard gain.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Taken down at the 14.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 12 carries, 57 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. And he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
1st and goal, Philadelphia.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10. At the 28-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Crisp. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are pouring it on. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Carry on Johnson, the ball carrier.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Minshew's pass.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. They haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Taken at about the 16. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, Second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume, here. They'll look to throw here on first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Jalen Reagor is the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarter. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game.
To the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And his throw here is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense. I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together.
Double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Off the play fake. Crisp. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds. Right down around the goal line.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is it something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Minshew. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. He's got his man in the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the... Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Minshew. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So all right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. On the return, it's McBride. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Yards on the play.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd and goal, 1 man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Reagor there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just 1 shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
at their own 25-yard.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Miles Sanders.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
A good pickup there, a 22. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Eagles first down.
Rolling to his right. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll give it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. It's caught by Sanders. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Recovered by...
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
A 24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word.
Johnson on its pick free for Bulls Hill. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the back.
Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Joe Mixon, the ball.
Now that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You've got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did. That's what we've seen him do as well.
First down.
On that last carry, he just passed LaDainian Tomlinson, Charles, on the all-time NFL rushing list.
And congratulations to him, and I'm sure LT would probably applaud him as well. But he'd also ask him, as well as you carried it, could you throw it like I could too?
LT, though, finished his career at 13,684, and now he's soaring past that. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon taking it in. And the Eagles continue to roll. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Minshew. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. Comes loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 23.
Brought down at the 23.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
First down.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
On the carry.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
A pickup of 2.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
Here's Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton